mobility, and then take it into a Battle Fury build. The linear Battle Fury, though, is really tough. I just want to think that maybe he's just going for a little bit of value, kind of
getting
regen
that
in lane.
value.
I mean, hey, you need some regen. They have a ton of harass. Might as well go for it. The big thing about that gank, that fight in the bot lane was that, mid lane here, skewer into RP, and they're going to try to burst him down. The armor is very helpful, but unfortunately, Strike just take care of that. Great mobility.
Oh, poor Silencer on bottom lane. He gets lifted into a combo from the rest of the triple lane, but Xiaotuji still lives.
Yeah, I think it was worth a trade here. Using an RP in the mid lane, dropping a Silencer as a result. They need to shut down this DK. It's a 3-core lineup here for MiTH.Trust, and all of them could kind of go online very early on. Shutting down DK and making him more or less a Beastmaster in terms of a frontline tech, in terms of initiator, is the best you could hope for. And also, it's allowing the Templar Assassin to try his best to snowball out of control. Already has space to be finished, so if he finds himself a quick Blink Dagger, heroes like Visage as well as Rubik, these are pretty much free kills.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing pretty well mid. 1,500 gold after already having phase boots, so, I mean, he's looking pretty close to his Blink Dagger, although we have seen a couple of TAs go Drums Yasha recently.
What do you kind of prefer in most games, and particularly in this game? Do you feel like the phase...
I think he needs drums. I think he needs Tread drums, Manta style. Just, I mean, if you blink, you're not gonna be. Who are you gonna burst down? I mean, Rubik will still be able to lift him up, and Sven and DK are already pretty tanky heroes. I feel like he needs to be able to man fight these couple heroes, and if you don't have any armor, any HP, you're most likely just gonna die and be rendered ineffective in the mid to late game. But we will see how this plays out.
Yeah, she will have some backup in the form of an RP and a Global Silence, so if he wants to play ultra aggressive, maybe this is the game to play like that. But I'm inclined to agree with you in the fact that I like the stat spill a little bit more.
It's safer.
Yeah, it's safer. You're up against a ton of physical damage output. Just having more HP and more mobility throughout the passive.
See, in Smoke TA with a DD on bottom. Air is looking for blood.
Yeah, well, can he find some blood? That's a big question. Stormhammer is a big AoE 2-second stun, so if they want to go on TNK, it's probably a decent choice, or Mana Burn him away. Here we go. The Face Boot's going to do a ton of work. The Trap's going to come here. They want to go on the V-Bird. And I think they might actually get it. No, it's too well, Stormhammer, as predicted, pretty good spell early on.
Wow, yeah, I'm just surprised they went on the Visage. I think they could have killed the Rubik. Just, I mean, 1 point of Gravekeeper's Cloak is pretty good, and he can move away really quickly with the Grave Chill. I feel like Rubik would have just been the easy kill. But regardless, looks like MiTH.Trust, sorry, starting off to a pretty good start. 2-1, relatively passive game, but this is to be expected with both games lined up. But I think late game will be pretty interesting. We see Invis pop by Dragon Knight, 2 of them sitting in middle, looking for Mofi.
Oh, Mofi, I mean, I gotta say he should expect some sort of gank coming his way. He's gonna pick up Arcane Boots right by the shop, and he might die as a result. Where's the Skewer? No Skewer, instant stun comes through. At least he spent his go. I guess that's the saving grace. But that's a free pickup, and now Lycaos is gonna roam back up to the top lane. This tier 2 tower is gonna be under a lot of pressure. Tier 1 already went down throughout all the chaos. If you look at Klinks' gold, he's got himself an Orchid and Treads. We're 13 minutes in, and teammate doesn't even have anything. How does Xiaotuji find any farm now? Because you know that Bone Klinks is going to just camp on the bot lane.
Right, I mean, I just really like this Klinks picks just because they really can just read the lane of Rising Stars. Like, TA just kind of fails into other lanes, and they know that Magnus is going to be soloing off lane, and Klinks just absolutely dumps on most of those heroes. He has 102 CS, and Magnus is just forced to go to the other lanes.
Yeah.
A mid lane.
Well, maybe top lane here. Super is going to get picked off by a couple of strafe. Maybe the Courier is going to get picked off. Somebody micro that thing. Nice micro. The Lycaos is going to get a couple of hits here. Xiaotuji TP's back in. The Silence comes through. The Silence going to take it away. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin going to pick up a free kill on the mid lane with the help of Mofi and XDD. So pretty decent. And then Anti-Mage. What? Did he just windwalk back in and get a kill? I wasn't watching that one.
I actually wasn't watching that. I was watching middle. Yeah, what went on there?
I guess she just windwalked back in.
Oh, they're chasing R5. Oh, nope.
Back in the mid lane here, looks like Mofi is going to skewer back out. Weaver is already in position to drop a skewer. Here comes MiTH.Trust, the entire lineup as well. The benefit of having such an early Orchid finish on Klinks is that since you're going to get map control because of the Orchid, you could easily sneak into the Roshan pit, and thanks to the Orchid, you have the damage output to bring it down very easily as well, with the War Cry from the Sven to tank everything up. So I look towards MiTH.Trust to start to knock down the mid-tier 1 tower, to start picking up a couple of heroes, and then go take an early Roshan, because there's really nothing that Rising Star could do about it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Ooh.
They want to go on Mofi. Global Silence is going to be used. Trap's going to be used as well. And here comes Templar Assassin doing a little bit of pot shot damage against Abba, but he is so damn tanky. Are they going to keep on going? A lift, telekinesis backward into a stun. There's no damage breaking those refractions, so Air walks right back. Where's the Klinks? He's coming right in with the Orchid already online, looking for the backstab. Mofi, prime target, but looks like they're going to focus on 3-man Impel. TNK is going to get focused. They're going to focus on Air, but Air has some refraction. He's going to be fine. And it looks like Kells is going straight up for the tier 1 tower. He picks someone up. He's going to go for XCD. Killing spree here for our Klinks. He's looking for a little bit more. Super's a free kill. Xiao Tushi's a free kill as well. 2 hits. Quick blink out here from Xiao Tushi to cut his losses. But right now, tier 1 has gone down for a Sven kill. I think completely worth it. Tier 1 tower is so important against that bum Klinks. Now the entire jungle is completely open. And this game is Lakel's. He could just go anywhere he wants.
Yeah, and he's stealing the creep stack right now. I mean, Klinks is just going to be a beast. Without a mantle style up on AM to try and dispel that Orchid, I think things are looking really, really bad for Rising Stars right now. They suffered with like minimal casualties in the bottom lane, but just giving a Klinks this much space and this much room. I mean, he's sitting at 1700 gold. Look at this TA. Man,
he's just going right on top of the A despite a refraction, burns away all of the charges. And she was able to survive through that one, but hey, Templar Assassin is not farming away. Speaking of Templar Assassin, he's going for FaZe and Yasha build, so he's going for the mass MS build, which is okay, but I feel like for the most part in this game, they're going to be running away from that Klinks, running away from the big chasing party. That's
I think rushing Manta is pretty good. Again, if you don't have any way to dispel and you don't have refraction up, you're just going to die.
Yeah.
And like, Orchid is going to own the majority of the heroes in Rising Stars. Xiao Tuji in deep trouble.
Yeah, it gets lifted, gets tossed it back. The
stuns
birds
are
applying all
good.
the stun. Yeah, stuns are good. You think stuns a little bit overrated. They're going to focus on TNK. Nice 2-man impales. RP's going to come through. They're going to get 1 kill. Sven's going to be on the run. He does not have War Prime. Meanwhile, Super taking a ton of damage from those birds. SC's going to come through as well. Where's the second Stormhammer? Here it comes Abba. They could actually go straight on Mofi. Mofi Skewer on cooldown. He's trying his best to run out. Dragon Knight will not chase into the tower. Where's that Bone Klinks? He's coming on the back line. He's getting ready to backstab. The supports are so poor on the Rising Star. Generally, you see a ton of Sentry being dropped down. I haven't seen a single one. And you cannot beat a Klinks without any Sentry, any type of vision. He is going to just pick you apart one after another
Poor Super. Looks like he is just going to die if they venture forth into this jungle.
Well, they might actually think he's gone, so he might actually be relatively safe. Unless Klinks is going to be going back and forth and looking for him. For those of you guys out there that's maybe getting a little bit annoyed for me calling Blown Klinks, it's that Warcraft or Warcraft 3 Dota, man. I'm sorry.
Sven, you can call him the Rogue Knight. You can call him Grand Magus. What was Dragon Knight? Knight Davion?
There you go.
Yeah, let's get it up.
Pretty old school. Xiao Tuji, by the way, does have 10 magic stick charges, so should be fine.
Yeah, Super just forced to sit there for a couple of minutes. Oh, looks like TNK might be alone, though. Is it going to get picked off by XDD?
Yeah, maybe. He actually could start making it go right now. Of course, Super could come out as well and put up a little bit of last word. In fact, that's exactly what they're doing. Impel Monobird coming out against TNK. Last word. They're going to pick up that kill. Very nicely done here. Pick off the...
Are you sure?
Oh, he's salving back up the Stormhammer. Where's the Spike Carapace? Had the mana do so as well. Aerith would not be dropping some traps. How did TNK survive that one? Magic Wand turns out to be a good item. Very nicely played.
Yep, and the sneaky position by Silencer didn't actually secure them the kill, unfortunately. But again, you can't really keep all of MiTH.Trust's heroes down. They kill Sven, what, one time right now, and 2 times for Dragon Knight. But again, Klinks just having the time of his life. Already picking up Blink Dagger and just whacking away at Roshan. Unfortunately, they don't have a trap. Again, these Lyco traps really hurting Rising Stars right now. They didn't get that check that rune earlier. They don't have Roach Vision right now. I mean, they don't even have a sentry there.
Yeah, they don't. And there's a free Roach as expected. Getting map control by knocking out tier 1 tower. Roaming into the enemy jungle. Picking up support here and there. And here we go. One of the earliest Roshan. Thank you to Resin and Mermaid for that timing.
Again, I think the Klinks pick is really smart. They're on Dire, so safe lane Dire is better for Klinks than Radiant just because the large camp is much closer, and being able to sneak a Roshan in this early is just huge for MiTH.Trust. So again, smart drafting by them, smart play so far by Lakells.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I like to see MiTH.Trust getting a little bit more aggressive with the Sentry Warning, because you know if you shut down the vision, there is just no chance for the Radiant side to come back.
Look at Xiao Tuji right now. I mean, he's just forced to chill in the jungle right now. Can't even farm up the wave. And this has just been the story of the game for Rising Stars.
There is a mother effing Blink Dagger on Klinks.
I know, he is scary.
Dota time,
They have a
guys.
sentry there.
Lakelz is gonna find himself a wild cleanse. He's gonna get bursted down. Nice blink dagger, bro. He's gonna try his best to blink out of here. I don't think the Rising Star team know about this. Blink. Oh, nice dodge.
That whiff. Wow.
They
They have to
are
run
electric. Now here comes the entire MiTH.Trust team. You're down a ton of spells right now if you're Rising Star. You could just push tier through. Unfortunately, there is no creep wave and a little bit of missed opportunity. I guess it's worth it to get a little bit of, yeah, blink dagger completely worth it dodging RP.
Yeah, that was nice bait there. I mean, they could just crush this T2. They really don't have anything. No RP, no items on anti-mage. Like, they're really just forced to play defensive, try and minimize the hemorrhaging. Xiao Tuji just getting, oh, wow.
Ooh, Xiao Tuji. Oh, come on. Lakelz is going to use that last bit of soul burn damage. He's on a double kill. Killed the silencer on the same wire as well. He's going to be absolutely fine. Thanks to the death pack's bonus HP. He's going to blink out of there like no problem. Blink? Clinks? New meta?
I've seen it before, but I mean, we haven't seen it competitive too much. But he's just using it greatly right now.
I mean,
this is good.
This is a build that it only works because he snowballs so hard. He's got himself a 13-minute soul ring, Tranquil, or not Tranquil, 30-minute soul ring, Tret, Orchid. Like, he's one of the most farm players.
I mean, he's gonna have a dataless soon too. This guy is just going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, the courier's gonna be coming through the sticker shop mostly to pick up a voice stone. He's gonna see himself a freebie on the top. Silence, right click, trying to go away. The blink gonna follow through. I mean, what do you do against this? Honestly, it's flashy. It's fun for us to see. It's fun for us to watch. It's definitely not fun for Rising Stars because they don't have any room to rise. Like, what does Rising Star to do against this Button Clings? That's all over the map as a Terror. You can't get things like Gem because he'll just pick you off. Sentries are very expensive.
They just need to get the jump on him, either by Nyx Assassin with their whole team behind him, or a blink on the Magnus. I think either of those would do pretty well in taking down the Clinks. But I mean, you just can't solo farm at this point, and he's just way too sad. Look at Xiao Tuji again, sitting at the T2, unable to farm, and I mean, I think if they keep playing passive, they're gonna lose. You can't out farm MiTH.Trust at this point. You have to fight back somehow. You have to smoke out of base, try and get the blink dagger up on your Magnus, and just 5-man solo heroes just to get a couple kills on the board. Speaking of kills, 4 kills for Rising Stars, 22 minutes in, and 9 for MiTH.Trust.
10,000 goal lead, about 10,000 experience lead for MiTH.Trust. They are just dominating all of the map. Lakelz at this point looks like he was spotted up at these tier 2 tower. A little bit of slightly sloppy play. So they did see him actually go up topwards. There is a sentry ward being placed as well. So they are very good job tracking his movement throughout the map. Xiao Tuji will be farming away with a little bit of power buff.
Yeah, these supports are nowhere near Ghost Scepter, and that's pretty much the only item that will save you from the Clinks at this point if you are a poor support. But Rising Stars, again, their space to farm is just extremely limited. They only have two T2 towers up right now, and they're forced to sentry right outside the towers just because they have no room to farm out. Anti-Mage only level 9. Compared to Clinks, he's level 17. He's almost double his level.
Is he really level 17?
Oh, the courier!
Check. Courier might be actually getting a little bit picked off here. No. A little bit of D-War action. Is there a gem? There is a gem on SD, so any kind of Sentry War is not going to be effective. So not many kills being found here by MiTH.Trust in the last couple of minutes, and mostly thanks to good awareness from Rising Star. Stormhammer gets baited out. Xiao Tuji's going to blink back. It's okay if they don't get the kills. XDD's got to be extremely careful about his positioning. He should be recognizing that there is a gem on the playing field. He could just go down very easily. Are they going to just initiate with Global and RP? Sentry Ward's going to get dropped. Rewarding Observer.
Wow.
And meanwhile, on the bot lane, Lakelz pushing away. He's got 4.2k on the bank. Is he going to be getting that dataless?
I believe so. I mean, looking at Xiao Tuji, he actually picked up a Vanguard, and that just hurts my eyes to see. I mean, again, if you're forced into this passive position, he's their only hope for late game. I mean, TA is doing okay, but she is not like your one carry, and she has to go a lot of utility items. She has to go BKB now. She went Yasha earlier. Again, she's going to be doing a lot of damage, but really, you want your anti-mage to be the farm rod. You want him to have the Treads Battle Fury Manta and be able to split push. But if you're forced in this passive position, forced to get passive items, and when the game isn't going your way, I just don't really see them winning the farm war. Sure, you can turtle, but what exactly are they turtling for?
Well, I mean, I feel like I don't think Anti-Mage will actually carry them back in the game, at least at this given moment. Let's, for example, pretend that Anti-Mage has a Battle Fury finish right now. He's very obviously far away from that. Where does he actually farm? He can't actually go.
You can just sentry ward up the jungle.
I mean, sure, there's also a gem on the other side. It's just tough and very expensive for him to find a Battle Fury, first of all, and then support to actually just farm with them. I just don't think he will enjoy the mobility that a normal Blink anti-mage have. I guess the other route that he could take is farming the enemy jungle, but that's doubly aggressive.
Right, but the other option is pretty much just them sitting inside their base
and waiting
they
for
will
death
get
to
star.
come.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think this is a winning strategy, but at the end of the day, you're still working with a sort of a wombo combo lineup. You do have RP, you do have Silencer. Heroes like Klings, heroes like Sven is not exactly really good at pushing up the hill. So I think Rising Star could...
it's a Lincoln Sphere.
Lakels loves his Lincoln Sphere.
I know. Who doesn't like Lincolns?
5k do nothing item, hey, it blocks the spell, right? Especially on Klings, that's fine. But my point is that Rising Star should maybe just wait for the tier 3 push to come, because this lineup on MiTH.Trust, sure, it's good in terms of splitting the map open, and it's good in terms of getting kills all over the place. It's not really good in terms of pushing up a cliff, especially against a Blink Dagger Magnus and a global backup. I think Wombo combo is the only way that Rising Star to come back, and having a tanky anti-mage in that regard, just play him as a kind of a semi-carry at this point, and then hope that he could go full-on carry with the Battle Fury later on. I just don't think farming a straight Battle Fury will be effective right now. Again,
Klinks is going to just truck those towers, though. He has 2,300 HP with Death Pact. And once he gets to Aegis and that Lincoln's, I mean, he can just beat up the tower. Sure, they don't have, like, the ideal lineup for pushing up to T3, but you're not going to solo RP Lakels. If you do, you're going to lose the fight. But, again, he just has so much damage right now, and poor Xiaotuji is, I think, about to die up top.
Yep. Oh, silence. Right click. Right click. Right click. He's gonna get blinked upon here as well. Soul burn damage. You're gonna get elastic. Just barely enough damage actually from Lakel to finish that one because of the blink and.
I mean, Vanguard's not saving him.
Well, it would have saved him if there was no Lincoln Sphere. Did I just say that? Is this real life, guys? Alright, MiTH.Trust is gonna take the last tier 2 tower, and if you look at the gold chart, it is not pretty. 14,000 gold. Guess what? Roshan's gonna be back relatively soon. So I think MiTH.Trust is gonna wait for the Aegis and just buy whatever item they need right now and just break the racks. If they want to play a little bit too slowly and just go multiple lane racks, you know, maybe have Klings push up top and then have the rest team push up bot and just force the Radiant team's hand to defend. They could do that as well. The score is 4-10. Item-wise, let's quickly do a check. Any big item, important item?
Magnus, Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah, and looks like Anti-Mage has left the Battle Fury build completely. And again, even though it's not a game-winning position, I think that's probably the best way they could have, I guess, salvaged this game, to be completely honest.
And XED picked up a gem, and I mean, to be honest, Lincoln is not that bad of an item here. Doesn't block. I mean, it blocks Last Word, Mana Void, Impale, and the Mana Burn from Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin, that Mana Burn is actually a pretty big deal versus Klings just because he has quite a bit of intel, about 100 right now. So 500 Mana Burn is pretty painful even from a level 9 Nyx Assassin.
It's also like basically makes him immortal the way that he's been playing so far. He's roaming all of the map. There's once or twice where he ran into a full team with the Nyx Assassin in front to Impale. That's their only true Lee stun, and the fact that Lakel's blocks it with the Lincoln Sphere means he is invulnerable. Now that he has a gem on himself, he's not going to get picked off by any kind of stray Sentry Ward. So yeah, Lakel is kind of dominating all of the map, forcing the entire Radiant team to farm together, which is never a winning proposition. There is no Battle Fury on the map, but there is also an Empower Anti-Mage, so that's, I guess, a poor man's.
I mean, TA does do a lot of damage right now. 110 plus 160 with Empower and Bubble Hands, or Refraction and Bubble Hands. That's pretty good. And she has BKB up, so even though Anti-Mage might not be farmed, I still think this TA can do quite a bit of damage. He's actually sitting 2-0-0 right now. Only hero that hasn't died for Rising Stars. Looks like they may get their first T1 of the game on top.
Maybe. I'm very surprised that MiTH.Trust is not holding on to these towers a little bit more aggressively. They have complete map control, so they should be doing just that. Lakel's playing a little bit of a Blinky Mage with the Blink Dagger and just farming neutrals. And
I mean, MiTH.Trust just has so many items out right now. They have BKBs on both of their strength heroes. They have Blink Arcanes on the Rubik. They have an Arcane Boots on the Visage. And again, this Klinks, Blink, Orchid, Lincoln's Gem, Trez, 3,200 gold, about to pick up an Aegis. He is just stacked.
Yeah, he picks up a Demon Edge right now. Will be picking up the Aegis. Any chance that he just goes straight Daedalus and then push? Or I think MiTH.Trust could push right now. I don't think you want to give Rising Star any kind of room for some to farm up, but maybe perhaps a bigger team fight item.
One of the spectators says, "No need to type this time, LOL," regarding the Roshan. I'm not sure if he means the game isn't going to last another 10 minutes or what, but Rising Star is in a very, very dire position right now.
Fail pun, man. Fail pun. Wrong side of the map. Mikkel's looking for a kill. Not going to find any. Credit to Rising Star. They haven't actually got picked off too much by a roaming kind of ganking Klings.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not getting any gold though. Look at this gold grab. It's just keeps dipping down.
They're not
into
getting
the
any
valley.
gold, but they're not losing any more gold than they could have.
It's just delaying the inevitable, man. Again, I just don't think that turtling is a winning proposition. You can hope for the Hail Mary and hope that you can get a 5-man RP and into like a huge mana void. But again, look at I mean, this Klings is just owning.
I take back what I said about not getting picked off, as there was a pick off. Now Abba perhaps a little bit of trouble, but he really is fine. He's got drums. He's got BKBs. He's absolutely
yeah. That was a meld hit from a TA meld hit with Crystallis too, and that just did not do any damage to him.
Yeah. You go for this jump. You know that Bone Klings is up top here. It's a 4v4 situation. You don't have anti-mage, but hey, he's a big melee creep anyways at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Or you just keep on holding. I still think that Rising Star has a very, very, very small chance if you get the big wombo combo.
Turtle power.
Yeah. They are getting starved within their base. I mean, this go chart is not looking going back to any direction, the other direction anytime soon. But I mean, what other options do you have? You just have the turtle.
But here goes.
Oh, they're gonna focus here on the air. Great, a little bit silence. So silence on global RP. It's gonna get stolen. Skewer backwards here. And looks like people are just dying on the Radiant side as expected. A little bit of toss back action. XDD's gonna get stunned up. He's gonna be dead as well. 2 kills easy, and they break high ground. Looks like RP wasn't stolen because he wasn't used. Shockwave's gonna be used. And like you expected, I mean, it's an easy high ground break. Just off the level advantage, off the item advantage. Looks like they're not actually gonna break high ground. They might have to try a second time. And maybe this is where Rising Star could win a team fight. Global's back. Because they're relatively far back. RP's back up. Let's see if they're going to have a good jump. Rising Star has one more chance in this game.
I really like Mikkel's position.
Oh
Look
my
at it
God.
right now. Oh,
Blink,
boy.
global silence comes through, but Air said, where's the RP? RP's not going to hit from anything. And the silence, Lakel's still could shoot arrows, but not fire ones. Going to be breaking the tier 3 tower, now looking for the racks. Just a pick victory almost, it feels like.
Right, and that is a GG. So 31-minute GG. Rising Star is just not really winning their lanes and just continued good play by MiTH.Trust. Lakel's in particular. 10-0-0 Klings. Level 22. This reminds me of just fun at Klings.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that in a while, but I mean, Klings just taking complete control of this game and dissecting and massacring Rising Stars like a bunch of mutton.
Yeah, Thank you for throwing mutton there. I'm actually very impressed by Lakel's play. Generally, I've known him in the past as some of more of a one-dimensional carry player, like the poor man's burning, if you will. Just farm all of the map, get suboptimal choices like Lincoln Sphere as items, and just go late game carry. I'm talking about 80 minutes, 60-minute carry. But this game, he's playing like a semi-carry, roam all of the map, completely dominating, had very good knowledge of enemy wards, only ran under tower once or twice, wasn't picked off, had a blink dagger, guys. So very impressive play, completely dominating.
Yeah, I like it a lot more when he plays like sort of an aggressive carry. And I mean, we saw his anti-mage, but they actually ended up losing that game versus one of the other teams. But again, when he goes into like passive 40 to 50-minute farm mode, I mean, sometimes his decision-making is a little bit questionable. And one small mistake as a carry just costs you the game. But when you have an aggressive playstyle like this, and you can snowball and get that early lead, like Lakel's does, I think that's just much better suited to his playstyle and for his team.
Yeah, I don't really think that it was a bad play from Rising Star. They did okay mostly lane. It's mostly the draft, which is... Let's see what the analyst table thinks, but I definitely think that Rising Star needs to draft a ton better in Game 2.
The draft was a factor, but I gotta say I had my camera parked on that top lane while there was all sorts of action in the bottom tri-lane on tri-lane for pretty much, I want to say like the first 5 minutes. Lakel's played the lane perfectly. He was pulled a single set of regen, played very defensively for the first few levels. Once he hits level 3 Searing Arrows, he starts to get more aggressive. Once he hit level 5, he really accelerated it. I've actually seen that matchup before. Pycat played against Yao. I believe it was in the G League group stages, and Pycat actually lost the lane hard as Klings to Magnus in the safe lane.
Really?
Exact same matchup. Reason was he tried to play too aggressively at the early levels. Also, Yao got a bit lucky with I think it was a haste run at level 1, so he did a lot of damage before he ended up going invis. But it's just fantastic play from Lakel's. And he also went for a Soul Ring early. He got power treads. He didn't just rush the Orchid, but getting that early Soul Ring lets you be more aggressive in lane. So I like kind of those little touches he made. Still had a 15-minute Orchid, completely out of control. A Blink Dagger, Lincoln Sphere Klings. So this is Southeast Asian Dota.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch. Klinks really does have a good advantage in that matchup. I'm so surprised that you said Pycat got out lane, but Another really common case where Clinks was used was against Darkseer solos. It's like pretty passive lanes that are normally pretty good against tri-lanes and it can escape, but there's just so much physical damage that it's nearly impossible to stay in lane. Whenever a creep's about to die, you just go aggressive, you go on the other side of the creep dies, and you're even out of deny EXP range. It's like such a dominant lane. And then you took all of that snowball and just pressured the map. I looked at the KDs of the other heroes on their team at the end. The Sven was 1, 1, and 2. The Dragon Knight was 0, 2, and 4. They still had 120 last hits, but they just didn't show up to team fights. It was literally just Clinks creating space on the whole map.
He was 10, 0, and 0. He didn't have an assist, but he carried the game. I mean, that is the definition of just a player carrying the game. Fantastic individual play from Lakelz, and puts his team on his shoulders, takes them to a Game 1 victory. But, of course, it's a best of 3. I did feel like for Rising Stars, maybe not the best lanes, giving the Clinks the 1v1 safe lane matchup against a Magnus. That's a tough lane. The one other thing I got to say, though, I don't think Templar Assassin should lose the mid lane to DK. It seemed like at best broke even. I feel that's a matchup where, if anything, the TA should be dominating. Tri-lane didn't go too well either. And, I mean, when you look at it, it was really the Lakel show.
Yeah, TA does have better base damage, so she should do better. Well, not base damage, but the refraction damage. The guy's been playing Dragon Knight all night, so maybe that's what it is. He's got that stuff down pat.
He's getting hot.
Yeah, I also love the way that he's playing Dragon Knight as well. He's not playing him as a carry role. He's playing him as kind of like a utility ganker, tanky role. Gets the BKB with the drums so he has enough mana in the early game. And I love the Blink Dagger pickup afterwards because we saw it in the other game. It won them the game. They broke the base. He doesn't care about damage items because they have another carry to cover it. He just opts to have Magic Immunity and then Initiation. And it's such a cool idea. I've never seen Dragon Knight played like that before.
Yeah, it's really your two-position Dragon Knight. Being an initiator, being kind of a utility hero, starting the fights, and let Lakelz do all the work. So, guys, that wraps it up for Game 1. MiTH.Trust roll to a convincing 30-minute victory. But, of course, this is a best of 3 for Rising Stars. If they lose this next game, they are going to go home and fall short, and we will have our first and only Southeast Asian team into the playoffs for the International 3 East qualifiers. But if they can take Game 2, then we go to a deciding Game 3. So, guys, stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be live with that Game 2. Ladies and gentlemen, well, there you have it. The Beyond the Summit courier. If you like it, be sure to check it out. It should be in the Dota 2 store fairly soon. But more importantly, it's time for Game 2 of MiTH.Trust versus Rising.